Yes, good morning, everyone. So we started with the reasons for the growth of services sector, and today is the third session we are taking on the same topic. And in the last two sessions, we understood as like a certain amount of demographic changes, as like the age factor, income level, gender equalities, right? So many amount of changes influenced a lot and acting as like a reason for the growth of services sector. And also we people have covered the social changes. Yes, a societal change is being taken place. It's like a complete amount of set with respect to the societal viewpoint on their profession, on their doing jobs, even onto their business portfolio. Yes, it has been changed a lot. Now there is no restrictions as such like yes you are born in so and so type of culture and you need to continue with so and so amount of profession or business. Those kind of restrictions are not there. Correct? So societal changes being taken place. So the growth of services sector is being taken place. And also even economic changes. More and more amount of economic changes is about a good amount of pays into the level of earnings day by day, year on year basis. We can go for finding out many amount of changes with respect to the income level. Correct? That influenced a lot with reference to the amount of growth of services sector. And in case if you want to take a combination of both social changes and economic changes, yes, in a family, more than one bread earner, you can start finding out nowadays. Correct? So people they started feeding the family with a good amount of income. So that is leading towards economic changes in the society. And also political willingness towards LPG policy, what we have discussed, as well as the legal platform is being created for that, where that is quite appreciable as it's like probably supporting Indian industries at the home country, as well as attracting foreign direct investment towards India. That made huge amount of changes into the amount of growth of services sector. Information technology. Yes, India is almost like rank number one with respect to the amount of information technology, where minimum amount of softwares, mobile applications, which made the services sector to be away. And yes, of course, the availability of those services into the fingertips, yes, it is made by information technology. With that respect, yes, the growth of services sector has been taken place. And also business process outsourcing we have discussed. Into the level of business process outsourcing, Indians can able to speak English very fluently and able to understand to most of the countries across the globe. That made a more amount of changes with reference to the amount of services sector. Correct? And also, Indians not only restricted to the language English, even they are extending the viewpoint with respect to many of the country languages, where it is going to be quite easier for them to access their own country languages. That's the reason yes, India has grabbed the market into the BPO business process outsourcing. Many of the services have been outsourced to India and they are getting the things done with the help of Indian employees. That is one of the advantageous point into the BPO sector. And also with reference to the amount of information technology enabled services. Yes, so it is very true. As like Indians, they are not only restricted to the accounting or mathematics. Yes, it has been extended to the level of finance, investment banking, human resources, marketing, software development. Correct? Name that profession, and Indians are there. That's true. That's how information technology enabled services has reached its peak level with the growth of services sector. And also the travel and tourism. Yes, so we are not restricting ourselves with respect to the amount of travel and tourism only for the purpose of making the travel public from one place to another place. Maybe we are attracting the people from across the globe towards India with the help of tourism. Every states in India, they are giving their own competition, and they have kept it open kind of competition in terms of attracting the tourists towards their places, so that extra earnings can be taken very easily by those residents who are located in that particular area. Correct? So tourism has become one of the business platform that made a more and more amount of advantageous point towards the growth of services sector. Alright, so today we are getting into the last slide. Yes, of course. We are going to discuss about a few points today, and probably we can keep it few more points to conclude the chapter in the next session. Let us continue with today's discussion is about hospitality industry. See, hospitality industry, it is being reached to its peak with the help of tourism, where yes, maybe we're supposed to proudly say that tourism industry has been developed, grown properly because of the availability of proper amount of hospitality industry as such like hotels, restaurants, okay, air travel services, maybe about taxi services, name it. With respect to the amount of development of tourism, yes, everything can be considered under the rooftop of hospitality industry. So hospitality industry made the psychological livelihood of all the citizens in India as well as attracting the citizens from across the globe. Correct? Professional services. Yes, so we are not only restricted to those amount of traditional kind of services. We have been extended with the help of IT and ITES. Probably accounts in the sense we used to maintain a good amount of ledger, which is so lengthy one. Maybe your generation have never seen those kind of ledger books which is being maintained by the bankers. Correct? Yes, they used to. Every ledger book comes for each page, one of the account holders page. For 1 year transaction, they used to maintain that one particular page for one account holder. Right? So that used to be the amount of activities. But now, yes, thanks to all the amount of information technology, professional services has been changed its own pace. They have reached their top level. Okay. So nowadays it is not restricted with respect to the amount of book level. Probably it has been extended as it is transparency level across the globe wherever you sit. Yes, the transparency can be seen with respect to the amount of many of the services. Correct? Even the doctor, whatever they are going to write the prescription is their mobile application will be having the doctor's prescription also. So you need not to carry the file or else the paper where they have written the prescription. Yes, everything is being stored in that application, and if you want to open that application, yes, including that prescription, everything is available nowadays. Professional services has become more valuable nowadays. Correct? That is one thing is about thanks to information technology, and another way of approach, which is most important, that's about education. Many of the professional services are getting educated properly from the root level. Probably in case if you want to call CA, this chartered accountant course, maybe about a decade before, people they're supposed to study at their own self and they have to work upon. But nowadays, yes, many of the centers are available with respect to even education institutions. Many of the services providers are available to teach the chartered accounting course to the students. Correct? That is the change of pace what has been taking place with the professional services. But also about the healthcare services. Yes, we have applied those amount of technical skills even with respect to the healthcare services. As like we are not restricting ourselves for any kind of thorough work, as like probably a physically doctor should be available. No, not necessary. Nowadays, mobile applications have been reached to the level as it's like probably if you're going to give a call to the doctor, yes, things are going to be all right, and you can go for taking the professional services very directly. Correct? That's how the level of information technology helps in terms of healthcare services. Yes, maybe even doctors they are getting more and more proficient. I think maybe 2 decades or 2.5 decades before MBBS in the sense that is going to be more sufficient. But nowadays, yes, they are getting specialized more and more. Correct? Not only with that, even healthcare services, maintenance of infrastructure, yes, that is going to be a huge amount of respectable work what healthcare services are looking forward. Probably you might have observed with your hospitals where you never find out that medicine smell, correct? So that cleanliness, hygienic. So that made the healthcare services to be associated into the services sector, and they are contributing a lot towards services sector. Maybe we cannot call that healthcare services as such like a business. We cannot call that, but purely it is one of the services where yes, it is contributing the best in terms of employability benefits to many of the people, not only to the doctors, even to many of the administrative staff members. Correct? And banking and financial services, very much clear. Nowadays, maybe all the amount of banking facilities are available in the fingertips through mobile phones, mobile applications. Yes, everything is getting happen. Probably you need to deposit, you need to transfer. Yes, everything is there in your fingertips. Just you're trying to make the things work. Correct? That is how the banking and financial services has been changed a lot. Probably, if you'd like to have a fixed deposit, yes, you can make it through mobile phone itself, and you can go for generating that fixed deposit receipt with you. You need not to go to the bank. Correct? Yes, the things are getting much easier nowadays, and that is how services sector has become faster, and it has got its growth pace also. And today's last topic is about telecom services. Yes, really, it is going to be one of the ambitious position where we have reached to the greater heights as such like we can go for getting avail of broadband services as well as the telecom services across India and making utilization of that internet facility is a huge everywhere internet facilities and probably just we need to wait for that free Wi-Fi facility from government side, right? Many of the countries they do have free Wi-Fi facilities. Probably when 24 bar 7, 365 days, if all the services are availed through your mobile applications or computer applications, probably it is going to be quite easier to the government to take the decision to create the infrastructure with the free Wi-Fi facilities. Correct? So maybe we need not to wait for those many days to get associated with respect to the amount of telecom services to reach its peak. We're already getting the enjoyment of all the amount of services with the help of broadband facilities as well as proper internet facilities. Correct? So with this note, we could able to complete around 15 to 17 points with respect to the amount of reasons the growth of services sector. So we will discuss furthermore 5 to 6 points in the next session. Thanks to everyone.